Good.
Yep.
Had a long day.
Yeah. A little bit of traffic today. About 3 hours worth.
Yeah, what were you telling me? You were over in
Lake Oswego.
Lake Oswego, and it took you how long to get here?
3 hours to get home. It's usually 45 minutes to an hour at the most.
And let's be real, Lake Oswego, as the crow flies, is what, 22 miles, 25 miles away?
So 12. No, probably more. 30, 35.
Still,
Airport
out
to
in the
my house is
country, sir,
15.
that would only take us
Yeah.
about around 22 minutes to get from point A to point B.
Yep.
But here in the Portland metropolitan area, it takes 3 hours.
Yep.
A little ridiculous. I hate traffic and I hate Portland.
That's horrible.
I'm not a fan of any of it. So this is the third time I've been live today because we did a couple hot sauce videos earlier. And we're going to do one more hot sauce video today.
Nope.
Yes, we are.
Nope.
Joe, I know you want to.
Nope.
Yes.
No, thank you.
I don't know why you're being so negative.
I just don't. I've had a rough enough day.
This will wake you right up, though. For everyone watching live, I apologize for the quality issues. I'm having a couple strange things going on here. But we are going to make a phone call and talk to a PNW Northwest local pro trying to make it to the big leagues next year. We're going to call Jaron Forney in a couple minutes. But, you know what's going to be fun is talking to someone from a different state. We've really been stuck in the whole Washington, Oregon thing, and Jaron qualifies as someone from Montana. And I feel like it would honestly be good for people to maybe go check out what other states are doing, what other tracks are doing. We got it pretty good, man. Go to Minnesota. Like, no offense to the folks in Minnesota. There's actually some cool venues and stuff out there. But, like, you go see the scene out in Minnesota. Compared to the scene that we got here, you're like, oh, there's levels to this thing. You know what I mean? So, I'm not trying to... It almost sounds like I'm being harsh on Montana. I guess a little bit, but you go to other states and other places and like, no, actually the Northwest has a pretty darn good with the series, the track prep, the just variety of events. Yeah, I think we got it pretty good here. But Joe, you need to do some hot sauce.
No thanks.
Come on.
I'm just not up for it.
Joe, that's not giving 110%.
I know.
So guys, you may or may not see the bottle if you're watching live or on video, but we have a little bottle here called The End, and it is a hot sauce that was gifted to me. And
it will burn your end.
Well, here's the thing. I really thought it wouldn't be that bad. It's a commercial hot sauce. You know, all of these companies like, oh, this is the hottest this, that, what. Okay, sure. We had some ghost pepper jerky, and we dipped it in that. And I've gone decent with the ghost pepper jerky. It burns, but I can have a bit, you know? So I was like, all right, let's make this hot. And I dipped in there. Ooh, dude, once again, there are levels to this. All right, there are levels. And that was on a different level than the jerky. So if anyone wants to try some, I have a bottle here. It is called The End. And my friend Becca got that for me. A little gnarly. But the problem is it's actually kind of tasty. It's got that like deep smoky flavor to it, almost like a chipotle.
I can smell it.
Yeah.
I smelled it. Yeah.
And it's like that heavy vinegar. I really like those kind of sauces, and it'd be actually pretty tasty if it wasn't so damn hot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's make a phone call. Are you down? Or is there anything you wanted to talk about before make a phone call? No? You good?
I'm good.
No complaints about life, why the earth is flat, why Sasquatch won't just simply show up for us.
Riding old Nessie.
Riding old Nessie like we...
No.
Nothing?
No.
Oh, you're pretty easy today, man.
I am.
Okay. I can work with that. All right, so I got to use two phones here. I got two phones. Make a phone call to a rider that I've known actually for some time now. Mr. Jaron Forney. Let's see if he picks up. Fingers crossed.
Hello.
Hey, Jaron.
How are you?
Can you hear me, man?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We got you tapped in. So, welcome to the show, even though it's not as fun, as if you were here in person, but we still got you on the show.
Yeah, I'm so honored to be on it.
So, yeah, I was just talking about tracks in other states and stuff, man. Maybe you could give us some input on what you think. So, you're from Montana. And for those who don't know, quick introduction. I should probably do a more proper introduction. Jaron Forney, number 114, races the local 250 and 450 pro class. He, what are you, like 21 now? 20, 21?
Yeah, I'm 21.
21. Montana boy, but you're going to, what is it, WSU now?
Yeah, I go to school in Pullman.
All right, so you're kind of a Washington kid now.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of,
I
sort
spend
of.
most of my time over here.
Yeah, you're kind of Washington like us. All right, a little bit, but you're still mostly Montana roots. So
Yeah. I go back in the summer.
Yeah, so I still count you as Montana, but so you've raced a lot of races over here. I mean, everything from Grays Harbor to Mountain View to Washougal. You kind of know the scene here. What is it compared to the scene over in Montana?
I mean, track-wise or rider-wise?
Like track-wise. What do you got to choose from as far as like series and tracks compared to what we got in Washington and Oregon?
I mean, honestly, I think the tracks over in the Washington, Portland area are better.
Now,
And Idaho. I'm just not a fan of Montana tracks. That's why I spend most of my time in Washington and Oregon and the other states racing.
what about selection? I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot less to choose from over there?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, take Washougal, for instance, like, in that little, 30-mile span, you got, like, 4 or 5 tracks, plus
Yeah.
a handful of private tracks that are just as good.
Mm-hmm.
Montana is more spread out. I mean, you're lucky if a city has a track. Like where I'm from, there wasn't a track when I started racing. And then one of my friends, they bought a track, and they've been working on it, but, like, I don't even ride it because it's not that good. But, like, when the summer comes, we have fire season, and we can't even go up there. So it's just not much to ride in Montana, and the tracks that are there are so spread out.
So you have to do a fair bit of traveling to go do some racing or riding.
Yeah, I mean, if I want to, like, ride during the week, really, I can't just load up. I mean, if in the spring and, like, fall, you kind of can. There's some private tracks around there that are decent, but once summer hits, it's either go to Airway Heights in Spokane, or that's about it. Or unless I want to go to some Montana tracks, but I stay away from those.
So if Montana's not really the hotbed of Northwest motocross, what made you get into racing or even riding,
I mean, there's a whole story to getting into riding, but basically the gist of it was I always wanted a dirt bike, but my parents kept saying no. Well, anyway, I used to wrestle, but it wasn't my favorite sport, and my dad made a deal with me. He goes, hey, if you go to every tournament this year, then I will buy you a dirt bike. And I said, okay, yeah, I'll do that. So I went to every tournament he said that year, and he held up his end of the deals, and we got a dirt bike, and just, like, kind of grew from there. I mean, I had a bike for maybe a month, and just went straight into racing.
So what did you start off on?
My first bike was a 150R Honda.
And so you were starting off in the 80 ranks. How old were you? Were you like, I'm trying to remember, I know we've talked about, were you like 14, 15? How old were you?
Yeah, 14. I was 8th grade.
So you did. A lot of these guys got started racing like literally 3 years old, 4 years old. You didn't get started till you're like 14.
Yeah, most of my friends started at 3, 4. I mean, they already had 10 years of racing on their belts when I had my first year.
And they got
So it was a late start.
a little bit of a late start. But you seem to be doing fine for yourself. I mean, you're racing the pro class. You've raced some big events around here. I mean, Top Gun, Dream Race. You seem to be doing just fine, even though, well, which kind of backs up what I've said. Like, the 50 racing is fun and all, but I don't know if it's. I mean, I suppose to a degree it's good, but I don't think it's crucial. You know what I mean? Like, we got a few late bloomers. McGrath, look at McGrath. I mean, what he didn't race.
Yeah.
He didn't even do a race until his in his teens. He did just fine. But do you ever
Yeah,
feel?
I mean, there's always.
I mean, do you ever feel like you were at a disadvantage though, or like you didn't get the seat time in some of these guys did?
I don't know. When I first started, I used to kind of think that. I mean, you see those 65s and 85s like on the national scene. They're just so fast coming up. And I hear like start just from ground bottom on an 80, and I only did that for a year until I got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I kind of thought it was a disadvantage, but I mean, I'm to the point now where we're all at the same page, and now I can compete with those guys. So I can't really say it's that big of a disadvantage, as I'm already at the same speed as them, if not faster than some of them.
Yeah.
So I think it's just kind of, at that younger age, I think it's more of the natural talent that excels. And when you get into older, there's more to it, like fitness and like actually wanting to race. And I just think there's more to it than just like starting out, I think.
I'd probably agree with that. Now, did you have a lot of buddies that were like riding and racing as you were growing up, or were you kind of like a solo guy, just kind of doing your own thing with the family?
So where I grew up, which was in Missoula, Montana, there's 3 of us, and we were all the same speed and about the same age. One of them was a year younger, but I mean, so there's 3 of us in that area, but that was really it. I mean, there's a handful of guys that ride around the Missoula area, like practice, but as far as racing, it's not like what you see in the Northwest where there's like so many kids packed in one section.
Yeah. So there wasn't a ton, but there's still at least a couple of you though that you could like go ride and race against each other.
Yeah, we actually all went to school together too.
Oh, okay.
Which is ironic. Yeah.
Well, small town. Well, Missoula's not that small though, but somewhat.
No.
Compared to Portland, maybe small, but in the gist of things, it's definitely not a small town.
Yeah, I mean, it's got everything, so.
Yeah, it's got everything. So, what made you stick with it and decide, like, okay, this is what I'm doing? Because I'm sure you had other interests. You said you did wrestling. What made you like, all right, this is something I'm actually going to put the effort into?
I don't know. Just when I first started, it just, like, was something I truly did want to do, and I don't know. It just kind of stuck, and I'm the type of person where, like, I truly get pissed if I lose. And so, like, if I'm not the best at something, like, it just motivates me. So I think that was kind of the part of it, was I just wanted to become good at it. And just the whole aspect of the racing community was what kind of drew me into. I mean, like, for instance, like, you go to a wrestling tournament, like, you wrestle for 6 minutes and you maybe have 5 matches a day or something at that max.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, you sit for 4 hours and just kind of, like, watch wrestling. But, like, honestly, that's not that very fun. Whereas, like, racing, like, I go to races and, like, I think it's truly interesting sport to just watch. So, like, I'll go out in between my motos and just watch the races. And just kind of, like, the whole, like, community kind of drew me in. I mean, you just, like, hanging out with friends on the weekend. It was way more enjoyable than any of the other sports I did. So it just kind of, like, stuck with it. And then it came to the aspect of where I was so motivated to exceed at that I just, like, kept pushing myself at it.
Yeah, and you've now gotten to the point where you're racing local pro, and you've obviously stuck with it. I was just curious, like, you don't have the background coming from a racing family. You don't have a ton of people, your peers, that you grew up racing, but you got into it and you stuck with it and you've got it to this point. which is not easy. A lot of people jump in, jump out. You know, they don't make it super far, but I mean, you got in. Statistically, if we were to take all like the pros out there, you got in pretty late, and in a town not really known for motocross, and you stuck it out, and now here you are. You know, out here, and
Yeah, I mean,
last I checked, you know, I might know the guy who made your resume. It looks like you're trying to get an AMA card.
yeah, I mean, that's the point. I mean, it's not very. I think I have the speed, and that's not really the problem. The whole problem comes with trying to go to school full time, race, and to get your card or your license requires going to California for a month to hit those AMA sanctioned races,
Mm-hmm.
which I just don't have the time really to do because when I get out of school, I have to work to help pay for my tuition in the fall. So it's just, I mean, it's hard. I'm trying to figure it out. It's just, it's something I battle with every day, to be honest. But
Yeah, so how about you tell people like what you're going to school for, man? Because you're not a dude just kind of sitting around at 21. There's a lot of people kind of sitting doing nothing or working a basic job. You're throwing in some time, man. Like, how about you tell us like a little bit of what you're going to school for?
yeah, so when I graduated high school, I honestly was faced. That was one of the hardest choices in my life was to decide if I wanted to go to school or not. And I mean, honestly, everyone's dream is to go to Supercross and race the outdoor nationals. And don't get me wrong, that is my dream. But I kind of just took a step back and looked at it. And I was like, I mean, you see all these local pros / national guys that hit 26, 27, and they kind of start falling out, and they got nothing to really fall back on, and that's something I didn't want to really struggle with in life.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just made the decision to go to school. So I applied at like 4 different colleges, and I decided to go to Pullman just because I could still race and practice. Like, I mean, school-wise, it's closer to my racing, which is why I stayed in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on weekends I could go to Horn and Airway and racing on the weekend. So, but no, I'm going to school for construction engineering, and then I'll become a certified civil engineering when I'm done with it as well. So, it's just I mean, it's just to keep my life going forward because racing-wise, it's just rough, as everyone probably knows.
Oh, it's tough to make a living racing dirt bikes, even with all the talent in the world. It's not an easy gig. But what are your goals with Moto? Is it just to kind of see where it goes? Do you have anything specific? Anything like I'd like to hit that?
I mean, my goals are still what they are. I mean, I still want to hit those nationals, and I mean, Supercross might be out of the question right now just because of school, and I mean, I can't just go to Supercross on the weekends in California and come back Monday and go to school. I mean, it's just pretty hard, but
Yeah.
I mean, I still want to try to get my license, and I mean, I still raced 30 events this year, so it's not really holding me back. I'm just trying to work to get as fast as I can still and get my national card, and just, I mean, even if I can just become a fast pro, like, take Tommy Leake, for instance. He made more money in the Northwest 3 years ago than any of those pros that are doing all those Supercrosses and nationals that are in the top 20. So, honestly, my goal is just kind of like get my national card, hit some of the close ones when I can, and just kind of like ride the Northwest. And I like riding the Utah, the RMX series, and just race over there as much as I can as well.
Utah.
Yeah.
Utah. You
I
go to
raced Salt Lake.
You go to Utah?
Yeah, I did 3 races in Utah this year, and a handful in southern Idaho for the RMX.
I have never ridden in Utah. I didn't see that one coming. Okay.
Those tracks are by far the gnarliest tracks I rode. They aren't afraid to rip them, and I've never, like, we went to, I think it was St. George this year. Or no, it wasn't St. George. I don't know. It's somewhere by Salt Lake. I forget the name of the specific track, but I've never been so challenged on track before. But that entire track was just one rut and one rut only. It was, I think the first lap I fell 4 times. It was pretty sad, but the tracks over there are way more challenging than anything that I have ever rode before, to be honest.
Well, I think we get a little like spoiled because a lot of the tracks that we have here in like Washington and Oregon, they prep them pretty nice. They groom them, they water them, they disc them. Halfway through the day, they groom them again. Like fairly decent tracks. And you go to some other places, and you're like, "What is this?" I think I almost wonder if it holds us back because we do have some pretty nice tracks, you know. And there's other places you go. I always bring up Minnesota just because biggest eye opener for me is I went to Minnesota one time and saw a race, and the track looked like it was built by somebody's second cousin's Bob, who had a Bobcat and went out there, smoked 4 packs of Marb Reds and just threw something together out in a field, and there was a couple hundred riders out there. And I'm like, no real watering system, super choppy, beat up. The whole thing was nothing but just holes, and people were racing, having a good time. That was just their thing. It was normal to them. I'm like, oh man, we would suffer. We get some nice tracks, like a good groomed Washougal. Oh, that's just nice. But yeah. Well, I guess even Washougal on a national day though, different prep can make a big difference.
Yeah, it just depends on how they prep it, to be honest. I mean, I rode the All-Star race at the National, and that was way different than Top Gun or the Dream race. So but
Yeah,
they're
definitely
also on a
depends
different
how
caliber, so.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, it's crazy. You're going to school full time in one state, and your family and your bikes. Do you keep your bikes with you, or they stay home in Montana?
No, they stay here. It's always a struggle. I mean, the first, like, sophomore and freshman year, I just kept them in a trailer. And I was just trying to race out of that. And then, like, when winter came, I would just keep them at Joe and Michelle over at JMC just because they're so nice. Would let me keep my stuff there. So when I would go over there for the weekends, I'd have to haul it back and forth. Well, this year I got a place that actually has a garage, so I actually have like a more setup this year, so it's way nicer.
Okay, so how do you, for people who are working full-time jobs or going to school and stuff, how do you juggle trying to plan out your future, going to school full-time, and still trying to train and improve and become a professional motocross racer? How do you juggle the time? How do you plan this all out? Do you sit down and plan out your days and your weeks, and are you big into scheduling, or you just go savage and just go wide open?
No, it definitely takes some planning. I mean, honestly, I get up at 6 and I don't really take a break till 10. That is how I actually have to do it. I mean, it's go, but I mean, it doesn't bother me because I'm just so used to it. But yeah, I mean, I really have to kind of plan my weeks, and I mean, I got 4 hours of homework every night and then 10 hours of class every day. So every little bit of time, I just kind of have to make sure I'm progressing forward. And if I'm taking if I have a couple hours here or there, I mean, I'm either cleaning gear, cleaning my van, doing bike work. You just can't really sit down and relax. But I mean, I guess it's something I like, so I keep doing it. I can't complain too much.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people could look up to you on at least that aspect. That's a lot to juggle, man. It's a lot of stuff to try to juggle and pull off. I mean, what do you do for training for moto? I mean, you just one of those guys who hops on their bike and just throws down motos and that's their training, or you got a gym regiment? How do you train for this?
So I don't know. My week looks like I go to school Monday through Friday, and I'm at school from 8 to 5 basically, and I have a break here and there. And during that break, I'll do homework, and then every day after school, I'll go work out for 2 hours. I'll lift and bike, and then if it's super nice, I'll go on for a road bike ride, and then weekends I'll try to ride Saturday, Sunday. And if I'm not racing, if I'm racing, I'll leave Friday night, drive to the event, race Saturday, Sunday if it's a 2-day event, and then come home Sunday night. So, I mean, it involves some late nights, but
So you work out like a Monday through Friday, 2 hours a day?
yeah, 5 days a week for
5
2
days a
hours
week?
every day.
Dang. So, okay, so what kind of stuff are we doing now? Now I'm all curious here. Like, you go heavy on the cardio? Is it just kind of a well-balanced program? Do you do alternating? Because it's always interesting to hear people's like perspective. Because motocross is kind of a hard thing to train for. You know, everyone has their own opinions. I mean, Rhino is all about get your flappy wing things on the balance board and all that. You know, and then there's other guys that are just cardio, light weights. Other people, you know, some old school dudes are like, no, it's actually good to go. You know, build some real functional muscle and spend a lot of time weight training. Like, everyone kind of has their own opinion on the proper way to do it. You know what I mean? Just curious. Just totally out of just curiosity. Like, how do you, without spilling any magic secrets? So, what kind of program do you put together?
I mean, it depends on kind of like the winter/spring area. I mean, in the winter I'll lift more heavy just to try to like kind of gain some more muscle, just because I'm on the lighter side. But every day before I like lift, because I break it up into two sections. I have cardio and then lifting. And every day at the gym, I'll do 45 minutes of biking, and I'll bike probably 12 to 15 miles in 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then after I do that, I'll go lift. Right now, I'm doing shoulders and back, kind of like area to 2 days a week, and then I'm lifting legs 3 days a week right now, just because I have some lingering injuries that I'm trying to just build up some muscle around. And then right now I'm lifting kind of heavy on legs. Shoulders, I just try to kind of keep more balance, but I do more of a cross between lifting heavy and light. I just try to make sure I get full range of motion.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want to get so stiff. But I definitely think there's those guys that get so lean and just do so much cardio that they get hurt too often. And I truly think that motocross, you have to be kind of halfway built. I see a lot of those guys that get so hurt so easy. And I think just some muscle would prevent a lot of that. So that's why I try to kind of stay. That's why I don't just do cardio and just the light weights. I think it's important to be kind of well balanced.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's just my take on it. I mean, I've had my fair share of hits this year, and I truly don't think if I was like as fit as I am, like I would have broken bones.
Dude,
but
you took
because
a
I had
digger at Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun was one that comes into mind.
You took a digger. I saw the video, and you went launching like if somebody put you in a slingshot off of your bike. I cannot believe you kept racing all weekend after that one.
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't
gnarly.
like. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was surprised I wasn't hurt either. And the only thing that really happened during that was I bruised my elbow and got a hematoma. That was it.
Your finger was looking a little weird, man.
No, okay, that was next moto. That was just taking a rock to the clutch finger. Yeah, that was separate.
Oh, okay, that was a different one. Okay, because I saw your finger, like, I don't think it's supposed to look like that.
No, yeah, that was just from mid-moto. Just took a rock right to it and it just broke it right in half.
Oh, lovely. Okay. So.
Yeah, so we threw some hand guards for the rest of the weekend for that.
Sometimes Washougal is a good idea to have some hand guards.
Yeah, I found that out quickly.
Dude, I've twice broken a finger from roost. It's it'll get you, man. It'll get you, or just for the random, who knows? Or you hit a post. You can do the classic Justin hit a post or hit a tree. That hurts too.
I can't say I've done that.
I'm kind of known for hitting random objects off the track, so I need to run hand guards 24/7. But you, sir, had one of the gnarlier crashes I have seen this year and just got right up from. Unfortunately, Stank Dog did not, but you kept racing all weekend. That what was it? Politelli that caused the whole thing? I think he had like a bit of a slide out in the first corner at Top Gun. He had a slide out, and it's like I think the bike kind of caught traction for a moment because he was like the rear tire spinning, and then it caught a little traction, and then zip, we're going left now in front of everyone.
Yeah, he hit Stank, and they were only 20 feet in front of me, and I mean, Washougal starts so fast. I had
that start is wide open. That is a fast first corner. And that was ugly, dude. Yeah, Huffman got involved in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just thought, when he got up, he wasn't too happy. I'll just say that.
Well, he ended up, I don't know if I can share, but he ended up actually getting hurt from that one. And he kept racing, but he had a few injuries from that one. Took him a couple days to find out about him, but he had some pretty good injuries. And then his bike, I don't know whose foot peg it was, but it looked like the Grim Reaper had tried to slice the top of his fork leg off. It was just these deep claw marks that could only be someone's sharpened foot pegs. And on like the very upper part of his tubes, gnarly looking. Like he must have hit hard to just gouge him out like that.
Yeah, I had some foot peg marks on my forks.
Yeah, you guys. Well, the problem, the first corner's so fast at Washougal. This is wide open.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, if someone goes down right there and you have 30 people, there's no room to, like, get out of the way either. I mean, you got kind of like a vertical bank on your right-hand side, and you got the tunnel on the left.
Yep.
So really, you got to kind of stay on the track.
Yeah, what do you do? Yeah, that corner, sheesh. I've had some scary moments there. Never quite like what you had, but that corner has definitely scared me a few times. Just you're going so fast, and people start getting a little sideways, and it's hairy. But yeah, I got all stuck on that. That was just like one of the highlights. The Top Gun was fun, but that was one of the highlights for me, is just how gnarly that crash was.
I just thought it was funny you got it on video.
Yeah, it was on video, and you're just rolling down the track. Dude, you got ragdolled, and yeah, I mean, I guess that backs up what you're saying, because you still finished the whole weekend racing. You got ragdolled. So, maybe working out and getting that range of motion. I think range of motion is actually really important. But doing that, it might have helped you out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I got to get up on that, because last time I hit the dirt, it was like throwing down a pancake onto a pan and just splat. Dude, I broke my hip. Like, I'm getting old when you fall down and you break your hip. That's
pretty bad. That's old man status right there.
It was old man status. It was on a pit bike, but still, I remember just like, I'm getting old. I literally splatted. I didn't roll. I didn't do anything right. I just went down and just went splat. I need to get on it. Maybe I'm getting old, though. That could be it, too. But moving on, I'm going to let you go here in just a minute. I'm sure you got plenty going on, man. Well, 2020? We're coming up on it here pretty soon. What you got going? What's your plans? Fill us in. What do you got going? You did a lot of events this year, by the way. You said 30 events. I think I've done like 5 races myself. So, and you're going to school full time. What you doing in 2020? Or at least what would you like to do?
I mean, ultimate goal, I think right now is, I mean, I've never really tried Floridas. I mean, I gave it a shot last year, but I'll be honest, it was pretty wacky. So honestly, I want to try making it to Floridas this year. Get my pro card from that. It's kind of like one of my dreams right now. So we'll try that. And then I want to just kind of race as much as I can. I liked doing those one-off events, like the 125 Dream Race. And then I just did another one 2 weekends ago out in Montana. That was super fun. So I'll keep doing some of those. And then I'll probably be racing the PROs in the spring. And then I'll race the RMX in the summer in PRO. And then, I mean, ultimate goal right now is to get my pro card.
And then you want
And
to try
then
some
I
outdoor
hope
nationals if you get it.
Yeah, I mean, if I can get it in time, I'd like to either do Denver or Washougal. I mean, there's a handful of riders that I've competed with this year that qualify for those nationals that I have the same speed as. So I think I'm capable of running that speed. I just gotta get to that point to where I can just even sign up.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to at least get your car to start with, which isn't easy. They kind of make it
Yeah.
complicated, you know? You got to jump through some hoops.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the AMA, like the events that you have to attend that are actually AMA sanctioned, they're all in California, but you play the dice of there has to be so many people there just to even get your points too, and that was part of the problem around the Northwest a couple of years ago. That I knew some guys were trying to get points, but enough guys weren't showing up to the events, so they couldn't even get the points. So
yeah, and it's a real problem. It's just like the contingency at these traveling series. You know, you don't get enough riders, you don't get money, and the rider turnouts go down. No one's making any money. You know.
yeah, I mean that is true. I dealt with that this year too, where I'd win it, but like you said, there's not enough riders for the contingency to kick in. So
Yeah, it was crazy because part of the reason I got myself this new Honda is all right. We're gonna go for some Honda contingency money, but then as the series go along, there was only a couple rounds that I even would have been eligible to make any money, and that's if I won or it did good. But like there wasn't enough people. That's a whole different thing. Like because there's a lot of people out there
yeah,
who that contingency is what's paying for them to get round to round or get around, and race. There's just good money there. But if you don't get enough riders, it messes with you.
yeah, I mean every little bit helps. To be honest, I mean.
Yeah. I mean,
A couple $100 here and there, it'll go a long way, to be honest.
dude, a couple $100 will get
If
you a
you
lot of
spend it
Taco
right.
Bell. It'll get you a lot of Taco Bell, man.
I don't do Taco Bell. That don't feel good.
I didn't think you did. I'm just saying, though, maybe your mom or dad will want some Taco Bell. But it will get you a lot.
Yeah.
So, stick around here, still go to school, race some events, try to get your pro card. That's pretty much your plan for 2020?
Yeah, and then work so I can pay for racing in the fall and summer and everything else, too.
What kind of work?
Ooh, right now I've been working in the summer at Knife River Corporation with my dad. And right now I've been working on engineering and then operating and basically just the whole entire construction industry.
Dude, you were a busy guy.
Yeah, I was super busy. I think summer is 10 times worse than school. I mean, in summer I'm racing every weekend, and then I was working 50 hours a week, and then traveling, to Portland, which from Missoula is 8 hours. So, it was busy, but...
Well, I brought it up earlier on the podcast that there's a lot of people who are 21 years old doing a whole lot of nothing. So I think a few people should maybe take some notes just because nothing kind of gets you nothing in life, You got to work for something. And just want to let you know I appreciate seeing someone that actually seems to put in a lot of hard work. This whole podcast is brought by 110 Clothing, which is about giving 110%, right? It's just putting out effort. That's all it means. It's just putting out effort, So I like people who are actually putting out effort to get whatever it is they want. Shameless plug here for 110 Clothing, which you are one of my riders too. So I can throw in a little plug. But, dude, you're actually going out and doing stuff. There's a lot of people just sitting around still wondering, what could I do? Or it would be cool if I could race, but, don't really have time to hit the gym because I'm busy sleeping until 1 p.m. So, I don't know. I like seeing people who are actually trying to go out and get stuff. So, and I don't know how you do it, juggling work, school, and racing. But hats off to you, man. Hats off to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So,
Gotta manage that time.
What's that?
Just have to manage your time.
Well, it can be a tough thing sometimes. For a lot of people, they struggle with that, you know. So, and they struggle to find the drive, you know, whatever the reason. And you told me earlier you really hate losing, right?
Yeah.
I kind of think that's healthy, though. Some people may argue that, but I think that's kind of good. Because how else are you going to push to win?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My biggest thing in life is that I just want to be the best and progress. I think that's why everything I do, I work so hard at. It's why I do so much, too, I think of it. I mean, it's got definitely its ups and downs to it, but I think overall it's more of a positive than a negative.
Well, like I said, some people may disagree with me, but I would think it's a positive. I think it's good to have something to push you. I hate losing, which is why one of these days we still need to have a pit bike race. But I get it. Which next time you're over this way, we're definitely we're doing some pit bike riding. I'm going to force you on one.
All right, it's on.
It's Joe. Are you going to referee this race?
Sure.
Joe's been quiet for straight up like 20 minutes. Not a word. He turned his microphone off. He literally turned his microphone off.
I always do that during the calls.
He's just chilling. He brought another chair so he could prop his feet up, and he's just turned his mic off. Like, I'm just going to relax, watch the sound. I'm sorry, Joe, I woke you up, but
Yeah, I didn't have many breaks today.
Well, you know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the one little bit of sympathy you get from me. But Joe will be the referee. We'll set up a pit bike race, maybe Riverdale, something like that. Have some fun.
All right. We'll have to do it then.
Just don't get hurt, because then your parents are going to literally scream at me.
They'll be fine.
No, they'll be fine. Okay. Please, if you can, though, try not to crash. The last, I guess it wasn't the last time, but one of the last times I was at Riverdale was when I had my little incident on the pit. It was on a pit bike when I broke my hip, by the way. Like a dumbass. But we'll set up something. But I'll let you go, man. Before I do, though, you want to throw in any final words of wisdom or maybe some shout-outs, thank yous, or sponsor plugs?
Yeah, I'd really like to thank JMC Motorsports. They helped me out so much. Fly Racing, Viral Goggles, Micah Metal, BT1, JJW, and One Thing Clothing, of course. Just everyone that honestly helps out. It helps out just so much in my world just because, like I said, trying to attend school and race. And so just all that little help can mean so much. And, I mean, without JMC, I probably wouldn't be able to do half of what I do. So, honestly, just everyone that helps out, I appreciate them all, and especially you, Justin.
Oh, of course, man.
Helping out with that resume and some graphics goes a long ways.
I like that I talked you into the leopard print, too. Leopard print is fire.
Hey, I get a lot of comments on that leopard print, so.
It's those little things in life, man. A little bit of leopard print can go a long ways.
Yeah, I agree.
So, how can people find you on, like, social media?
You can find me at Facebook or Facebook at Jaron Forney, and then my Instagram is Jaron114. Yeah, just those two. I mean, I have Twitter, but I don't go on Twitter.
Good man. Same here.
Yeah.
Just don't get much from it these days.
No.
Cool. Well, to everyone watching or listening, go check out Jaron online, Facebook or Instagram, see what he's doing. And Jaron, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. I know you have a busy schedule to chat with us. And if you're ever back, in town on a Monday and you want to stop in and actually do this in studio, hit a guy up. Let me know.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, and I'll definitely make sure to keep that in mind.
Cool. Well, you have a good one, sir. I'm going to let you go, and we'll catch up here soon.
All right, see you guys.
All right, take care, man. I'll see you.
Bye.
Joe trying to say goodbye, but his microphone was muted. Yeah, I appreciate someone who puts in some effort. He's 21, dude. I know in the summers he's always working side jobs, and some of them like over here, some of them in Montana. He goes to school full time, and he's not one of those like guys who's going and just You know what? Floating. I call it floating. Bless you, Joe. Bless you.
Thank you.
God's peace or whatever else they say. He's not a floater. He's not like just floating through, going to college just to say he's going to college and kind of winging through some classes. He's going with a goal in mind, and he's trying to be a civil engineer. That's, that's something that takes some brain power and work. It takes work. Doing that, training. He said he works out 2 hours a day. That's impressive.
Yeah.
He does that and then races on the weekends. And he races all over Montana, Idaho, apparently Utah. Didn't know
So
Utah.
it sounds like he goes to school, works out, and then does homework and goes to bed.
I have no idea how he has a girlfriend.
Because he said he had 2 hours. He goes to school till 5.
Yeah.
So it means he's working out till...
From like 5 to 7, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he says he has about 4 hours of homework. So 7 to 10, 7 to 11.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a good thing, though.
I like seeing that, though. Whatever it is that's driving him, I like that. I think more people need that. There's so many people just float through life
Yeah.
and kind of just...
And then, it's like,
don't really...
it's like if you don't give yourself time to sit around and do nothing, then you don't sit around and do nothing.
Yes.
Myself.
Amen.
Yeah, myself, when I get home, if I sit down, I'm pretty much done for the night. And during the weekend, this weekend I think it was, I was just so antsy. I just wanted to get out of that chair and get something done. And James was like, why don't you just relax? I'm like, no, I got to straighten out the shop. I got to do this or that. And then once you start doing things, you just kind of keep wanting to do things.
Yeah.
But it's if you
Momentum.
if you just let yourself sit there.
Momentum goes both ways.
Yeah. You just
If you
sit there stagnant, you're going to just stay there.
And it's really hard to break that cycle
Yeah.
because that is your momentum. You've built up a momentum of not moving.
Yeah.
It's hard to get moving again. If you're always moving, there's no moss going to get on your ball. Like,
On the Rolling Stone, yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's healthy. I like that. I like seeing that in people. And I like seeing someone. He started hella late, dude. He didn't even start riding until 14, and he's racing pro.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yep.
Not bad. I think he gets a gold star. I'm going to mail him a gold star for that.
You should.
I didn't 2 hours a day. Dang, dude, I need to step up my workout schedule. Listen to this, like I think I'm getting a little thick right now.
I'm definitely time for another weight loss challenge. I think.
I know we need a new challenge just to
Yeah.
get off our butt. It's like, making me feel lazy over here. I don't like that. Jeez, I need to step it up.
He's talking bad about Taco Bell.
Yeah, he's not like the Taco Bell.
I had Taco Bell before I came here,
Can we talk about something real quick?
and 2 slices of pizza.
Joe, I'm not a Taco Bell guy. I can't eat
Me
Taco
neither.
Bell most of
I
the
don't
time
like
with my
it.
diet.
That's what they brought home. So
I took a day off my diet. Like, you know what? I have not had Taco Bell in forever. I'm going to Taco Bell. So here's what happens. I roll up. I'm kind of excited. I'm going to get a Baja Blast and everything. Like, this is exciting right now. I'm having sugar. I'm having carbs. I'm having all the crap. I'm going to just go all out. Yeah, I'd like to get, I think I would like 2 bean burritos, and I'd like to get 2 double-deckers. And they're like, sorry, sir, we don't carry that taco. What taco? What? The double-decker? She's like, yeah, no, that's not on the menu, sir. We don't have that. Are you telling me it has been so long since I've been to a Taco Bell, they don't make double-decker tacos anymore? Mm-hmm. I about lost it. Like, that was the best thing in the world.
what'd you get instead?
I think just regular tacos. When they were really disappointing. But, like, I wanted the beans and the soft tortilla wrapped around the hard shell. And the double-deckers were, if you could throw a little nacho sauce on a double-decker, it's the perfect taco.
Oh, love it.
Oh, it's so good.
I never had one of those, though, because I don't like refried beans.
Really? I like beans.
Yeah. I think my favorite is the beefy nacho griller. It's got like Dorito-y chips and meat and nacho cheese. Ugh.
Well, I was pretty disappointed when I left. It was still okay. Next day was like, just woke up in the morning feeling lethargic. Like, oh yeah, I ate Taco Bell for dinner. That's what I get. But I got it out of the way. It was still halfway decent, but I was just appalled. I literally was speechless for a moment. Like, what do you mean you don't have double deckers? This is what I've done since childhood. Like, since high school when I could drive, I got a double decker taco. What are you trying to say that I don't get a double decker taco?
My Friday was, we couldn't decide where to go, and then we did, and we went to a couple places. We went to the Golden Tent. They were too busy. We
Golden Tent's good stuff.
Yeah, then we went to Red Robin,
Meh.
and I chowed down. Saturday we went to, I think actually Friday we started out at Don and Joe's. It was too busy. So then we went down to Golden Tent. It was too busy. Then we went to Red Robin. Saturday we went to McMinimum's in Kalama. And then Sunday we went to Papa Pete's. So I've really been bulking up for this new challenge we got.
Are we going to do another weight loss
I
challenge?
think we have to.
So I have a new workout equipment at my house. I'm like 95% done with it, a workout room. And I got all my stuff in. I got my kettlebells. I got my balance board. I have an elliptical. I'm probably going to sell it, though, honestly, because it's taking up a lot of space. Because I have a Aerodyne rowing machine.
Oh, nice.
So not only is it just a rowing machine, it's the one with the big fan in it.
Yeah.
So the harder you row, once that fan gets cooking, dude, it's gnarly.
Yeah,
So I'm ready to throw down. I've been in a funk all summer. I've been working. I've not been working out properly.
we're kind of going the other way. We put some of our workout stuff on the Facebook Marketplace.
All right, let's do this. Let's do another challenge. I'm ready to go. Seriously, I am ready to go.
We're keeping the treadmill and one of the bikes, one of the stationary.
All right, let's do another one. We can plan it out. We need to do a hot wing challenge too. We got a lot of stuff to plan, but we'll let all that ruminate for just a little bit. We're gonna come back with our after show in just a few minutes. I think we pretty well covered this episode though, unless there's anything else you wanted to bring up.
Nope.
No, I think we got it out of the way. Jaron, good kid, talented rider from the state of Montana, a state not known for motocross racing, but he made it happen, got in late, still has made it to the pro ranks, going to try to get his AMA card next year, and going to school full-time and still racing. It's commendable, man. It's commendable. So we're going to shut this down and be back just in a few minutes, guys. So you all take care.